What's going on, everybody? Andrew Thompson here of the Andrew Thompson Interviews YouTube channel. Joining me today is a man you literally seen on the channel, I say maybe 3 or 4 months ago, John Skyler. John, what's going on, man? How you feeling?
I'm having fun here at the gathering with you. Yeah, you having fun?
I'm having a good time, man. I appreciate you taking the time to do this. The last time we spoke, you had a lot going on coming off the AEW doc. You just came off your injury. You had a lot going on. Tell me what's been going on in the life and career of John Skyler since April of 2021 until where we are right now.
Yeah, everything's just been good, man. Everything's been busy, and I think coming off the injury, coming off the crazy year and a half, I think that the whole world had. I think we all need wrestling back in our lives, and it's back, and it's just great to be performing in front of live crowds again. Especially like last night here at the gathering. I mean, it was such a great crowd. I think everybody was excited to see wrestling again for the first time in however many months. So, yeah, everything's been great.
Yeah, saying at the gathering, you wrestled Kobe Carino, I believe. Like, what was that like being in the ring with him and just having the people in attendance and being around a few couple legends that were in the building?
Yeah, it was great. It was actually the first time me and Kobe have ever wrestled each other, and we've done a couple tags together. But his dad Steve actually, is a big mentor of mine. And when I was coming up, Steve helped me out a lot. And he's somebody I patterned myself after, especially a lot of his ECW stuff. The king of old school. I thought he was, so cool, and he's somebody I always try to pattern myself after in some form or fashion. But he ended up becoming a big mentor of mine. So last night's match was pretty sentimental, and I thought we did well. And the crowd seemed to receive it well, and it just was a lot of fun, man. Yeah.
Now, of course, last time we spoke, like I mentioned, you were doing the AEW Dark stuff. They're back on the road now. Just to kind of recap your experience there, like your overall, months that you had there, and cumulative time that you had there. Like, how would you kind of rank or reflect on that experience? Because it seemed like they really did have just a hotbed of just some of the top talent of the independent scene out there, man. I'm pretty sure it was just a good time overall.
Yeah, that locker room at AEW was fantastic. Tony Khan was very gracious and kind to me when I was out injured, just to make sure that I was, brought back on a regular basis, taken care of, even though I couldn't wrestle. But the locker room was great. It felt like a real team environment. And I had a lot of fun matches there, too, that I really, really enjoyed, like wrestling John Silver, wrestling Orange Cassidy, which was probably my favorite match that I've had in a long time, actually. And I never thought in 2021, if you would have asked me 5 years ago, that would I wouldn't have. I can't believe I'm saying that right now. But that match with Orange Cassidy was great. I got to wrestle, my buddies, guys like SCU. It was just a lot of fun. I hate that a lot of, I was there for almost a year, and 8 months of that I was spent on the shelf injured. But it was just a great experience overall, and I think it really showed the world and opened a lot of people's eyes on just what I'm capable of doing, whether I have 3 minutes of TV time or 30 minutes of TV time. I think I kind of showed the world exactly what I'm capable of in terms of being a professional wrestler.
Now you are back in the swing of things coming off the injury. Do you feel like that like the injury is like completely out of your mind? Like there's no like hiccup? Because sometimes like maybe if you're coming off an injury, there can be like that little misstep a little bit, or maybe it's just like more so like, okay, let me not do this. Do you feel like that's like completely out of your brain?
Yes, just because it does take time to slowly build up the confidence, or to build your confidence back. But honestly, when I'm out there in the ring, I don't really think about the knee injury anymore. It just takes me a little bit longer to get warmed up these days. It's not like it used to be. When I was 20, 21 years old, I could just throw my gear on and go straight to the ring. Now I actually have to warm up and stretch and make sure everything's good, because it was a rough 8 months, man, and I don't want to have to go through it again. And I hate anytime somebody else has to go through it. Me and Chris Statlander got hurt on the same day, the same tapings, almost the same injury. So and I've seen so many others go through the same thing, and I just I know how hard it was for me. You can't wrestle, you can't work out. It's a pandemic. Everything's shut down, and you're injured. Oh man, yeah. So, but I'm not going to turn this into a woe is me thing, because like I'm very happy with what I've accomplished. I'm very happy with where I'm at, and I think it was in the long run, as crazy as it sounds, I think the knee injury is going to be one of the best things that ever happened to me.
I'm glad you got that mindset. I think like a month after we talked, Cash Wheeler had did an interview, and he said that he thought that you, out of all the talents that have been in AEW Dark, or I should say of the talents that were in that group as of May 2021, he felt that you were going to be the breakout star. I don't know if you have any relationship with Cash, but it seems like he thinks very, very highly of you. I know you both are from North Carolina, I think, or South Carolina, but he's a North Carolina guy, I believe. And so, like, I don't know if you have a relationship with him or you guys.
Cash is pretty much my best friend in the business. So for him to say something like that, and Dave too, Harwood, you know, for them to, you know, they've got to be the best tag team in the world, whether they're my buddies or not. You know, I think I'm trying not to be biased here, but to have that kind of high praise come from them, and then also have a lot of guys that I grew up watching, mentors, legends that you said earlier, guys like Arn Anderson, just shoot me a text saying, "Hey man, you're doing all the right things. Just keep it up." Like, you know, I'm like, whoa, you know, where did this come from? So, yeah, it's a good feeling, man. And I definitely think the best is yet to come, and it doesn't matter where I end up. He's really good. It doesn't matter where I end up. I'm going to make the most of it, and I am going to be a breakout star wherever I end up.
I know you were the prior to, I say as of a couple of months ago, you were the PWX heavyweight champion, I believe, or.
So I've been PWX heavyweight champion twice. It's one of my home promotions when I'm still doing independence, and it's been a couple years since I've been the PWX heavyweight champion. But man, they just had a show last night that ran the same time this one did, and it's so cool to see that they had like 500 people at their show. We had how many people here tonight, or last night, or this weekend, or whatever. My days are running together, but it's just cool to see that thirst for wrestling again from the fans, and to see them coming out in droves. It's really cool to see like all these independent companies doing really well right now. Yeah. And
before we wrap it up here, one last question. You mentioned we were just talking about the independent scene. Do you feel like now, as we're like, you know, we about 7 months into 2021, do you feel like things are like starting to get back to what they used to be, like as far as the independent scene goes? I feel like a lot of more promotions are starting to pick back up after not running for almost a year.
Yeah, I think they are. And if I can do you one better, I think all the independent promotions are going to come back better. I think, you know, a lot of places are going to realize now that they've not been able to run shows for the last year and a half. I think they're going to realize exactly what they're capable of now. And so I think independent shows are just going to come back better than they were before.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Andrew Thompson at Andrew Thompson Interviews YouTube channel, signing off with my guest, a two-time appearance, John Skyler, and we are out. Peace.